Ladies and gentlemen, there is an event happening this weekend in Pokemon Go that's going to give you an increased chance of catching a legendary bird and an increased chance of catching a shiny 100% Pokemon. This event, as you guys already might know, is known as none other than the Pokemon Go Wild Area Event Global. This is a ticketed event, however, you can play the wild area without having a ticket. I just recommend that you do get one if you can, because the bonuses, as we're gonna go over, are going to be pretty great in my opinion. You can buy this event ticket in the in-game shop for around $12 US. However, if you buy it from their web store, you get a special avatar item of a flower crown. So you can be just like your Eevees and your Pikachus after all these years. And I think other things have flower crowns at this point. Doesn't Togepi have one? I just remembered one that I don't want you guys to mention. So if you decided not to purchase the ticket, the general bonuses are going to be starting from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., just like a ticketed event would. And you're gonna have 3 free remote raid passes by spinning gyms. You're gonna get a daily max particle collection limit increased and 3 Go Snapshot surprise events encounters during the day. But if you get the ticket, you get an increased chance of encountering shiny Pokemon. I don't know what those chances are. I don't know how increased that is, but I mean, your daily max particle collection limit is going to be increased to 3,200, which I didn't actually realize how important the particles were because I was not doing Dynamax, Gigantamax for a long time. But ever since the Duraludon came out and I was going crazy for that thing for whatever reason, I don't know why I was possessed to do that. The amount of times that I ran out of particles and cursed the stars is too high. So this is nice. Yeah, so due to my experience, the 3,200 is going to give us a chance to do probably like 2.5 Gigantamax raids at this point. Yeah. Anyhow, you'll have 3/4 max particle cost for unlocking and powering up max moves, which is great if you're doing the level up to level 80. I spent full price on maxing out my particles, so luckily for you, if you were on that step, you should be able to fly through that. You get up to 6 free raid passes by spinning photo discs at the gyms here, which is double that of the free pass. 2 times catch candy for catching Pokemon, which is huge. Increased chance of 5 cam eggs from spinning Pokestops and photo discs at gyms, which I like this because Sandile is going to be coming out of the 5 km eggs. I'll go over the eggs in a second. We should be talking about the Galarian birds and the shiny Hundo Pokemon chances here, but I'm just, going over everything. Not only will you be getting an increased chance of 5 km eggs, you'll also be getting half patch egg distance, which is great for Stardust as well if you're trying to get that for leveling up to 80. Or just in general, I've learned recently just how important Stardust is, almost 10 years into the game. Lure modules will be activated for at least 2 hours, so if you have a golden lure module, that'd be pretty dope. And you get 6 Go Snapshot surprises during the day. So already, as you can see, the ticketed bonuses seem awesome. So those bonuses that we just mentioned are going to last during the hours of the Wild Area event, but the all-day ticket bonuses are going to be half Stardust cost for trades. And up to 6 special trades per day, which is awesome because if you're gonna be out there hunting and a lot of people are playing, there's going to be a lot of shinies getting got, a lot of trades that could happen, more increased chance for a shiny Hundo. So for some of the features of this event are Gigantamax Grimmsnarl is going to be debuting globally in Gigantamax raids. Gigantamax raids are huge for Stardust and experience, which is something I wish I knew when we were doing Eternatus raids. Well, I mean, I did know it, but I didn't know that level 80 was gonna come, so I should have been doing a little more of those. So basically, I'm gonna grind this like crazy for some extra Stardust, because Stardust, like I said, is more important than I realized, at least for leveling up. Grimmsnarl, as you may already know, is one ugly mother, a fairy and dark type Pokemon. A fairy dark type Pokemon, which is the final stage in a 3-stage evolution, starting from Impidimp, Morgrem, going to Grimmsnarl, and they can all be shiny. Team Go Rocket is joining the party. We're gonna have Shadow Darkrai in raids on Saturday and Shadow Cresselia on raids on Sunday. There's so much going on. But beware, is also going to be a part of this event in 3-star raids wearing a wilderness outfit, or cape I should say. Please don't unsubscribe. Now, okay, so here comes the part for the title of the video. I got a little sidetracked by getting excited for the wild area, I'm sorry. But introducing, for the second time, Mighty Pokemon. What are Mighty Pokemon, you may ask? Mighty Pokemon are extremely powerful Pokemon that are going to be spawning in the wild, and they have increased stats, giving them a much higher chance of becoming a 100% Pokemon. A lot of the trainers that were over in the wild area Nagasaki have been getting Hundos like crazy. Even a lot of Shundos have been happening through that. These Pokemon are more likely to have XL or XXL qualities, making them bigger and also great for showcases if you're trying to win the little showcase medals to get the platinum or to get the little Professor Pikachu that you get at the end of that. I still don't have that. I can't win showcases. A lot of mine are average. I thought mine were XXL. Turns out compared to everyone else, mine are just average. Now be warned or beware. Please subscribe. Don't unsubscribe. These Pokemon are going to be more difficult to capture. Their CP is not going to have a number. It's going to be a bunch of exclamation marks because they're just so mighty. We don't even know what we're looking at. You know, we're just like, ah. So these Pokemon are going to be really hard to catch. And if my memory serves me correctly from last year, they also flee. So, But luckily for us, we are going to be blessed with limited event Pokeballs known as the Safari Balls, and the Safari Balls have a greater chance of catching Pokemon, a really boosted chance of catching Pokemon. These Safari Balls are event exclusive, so do not wait to use them. Make sure you are using them when you can, because they will disappear after this event. So before we continue with the rest of the wild area news here for the event, thanks to leakduck.com that I've been looking at to reference, this is where the title of the video comes into play, the Safari Balls. As I just said, the Safari Balls are going to make it easier to catch hard to catch Pokemon. As we all know, the Galarian birds on the Daily Adventure Incense are extremely hard to catch. Unless they're shiny, they stick around, so hooray hurrah. But the majority of the time, if you see a Galarian bird that's not shiny on your Incense, chances are it's gonna flee, unless you're really lucky. So if you've been watching this channel for a while, you may remember that last year's wild area event, I chose one of the days to just use the Roar of Time on Dialga and walk around the entire day hunting for Galarian birds because they're my favorite legendaries in the game. I went on my magical bird trail and I was very lucky to find a plethora of Galarian birds there, and I was able to catch every single one that I saw. I'm not kidding. Every Galarian bird, whether it was shiny or not, and Zapdos ended up being shiny, so I was happy, we were able to catch every single one with the Safari Balls. Wait, actually, hold on, I could probably show you guys the ones I have in Safari Balls. 1 second. We've got Articuno here, which look, caught in the wild. That ball right there is a Safari Ball. Pokemon Go Wild Area 2024 Safari Ball, Articuno. Look at the CP on that. I have not powered this guy up because 2518 doesn't do anything for anybody. Zapdos down here, 1124, caught during the wild area with a Safari Ball. It is a shiny, but like still, same day, same ball. And then finally, Moltres 1011 CP caught on 1124 with the Safari Ball during the wild area event. That is all three birds on the same day, which is unheard of. If you told that to me when this thing first got released, the Daily Adventure Incense, I would have lost my mind. These birds are really hard to get. I know a lot of people have the birds now, but that's because they've been out for 3 years, 4 years. So I say they are the rarest legendaries in the game because they are. Every other legendary has been put in raids, and everyone can do multiples of those whenever they wanted, even if they don't really happen anymore, like the Armored Mewtwo. It still was in raids at the time, and anyone could have gotten a chance to get it. These birds, you have a chance to get them, but you're not guaranteed that you'll run into them. You get one chance every day to hopefully find one, and you might not even find the one you're hunting for. Like, you can just find a Moltres every day for a month. So they are the hardest legendaries to catch, and as you just saw, we got all three of them on one day during the wild area event last year. So if you want the easiest chance to catch the rarest legendaries in the game, this event is going to be it, unless they give us a ticketed event that gives you a free one. So that's how that gets done. But beware, see? We brought it around. First time it was lame, but now it's cool. We brought it full circle. If you decide to go for the Galarian legendary birds during this event, which I'm probably going to do, you are going to be missing out on the normal Incense event-themed spawns. I do not know what the Daily Adventure Incense will be spawning. Normally it is a grab bag of random spawns that don't really pertain to the event happening, but the Incense normal ones are going to have mighty Pokemon show up on them, and you get a shiny unknown W, which is a debut during this event, and you can also run into IL&D for wild on the Incense if you are a ticketed holder. So if you're doing the Daily Adventure Incense, you will not run into the unknowns. If you do the normal Incense, you will run into those unknowns. There is a collection of mighty Pokemon that are going to be spawning on the normal Incenses, which are Alola Ninetales, Galarian Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Garchomp, Drapion, Weavile, Hatterene, and Meowscarada. All of those could be shiny, and you could get Shundos of these Pokemon on the normal Incense. These spawns will be for all trainers, not just the ticketed holder trainers, but the ticketed holder ones are going to be the unknowns. So it's really up to you. I don't know what's going to be spawning on the Daily Adventure Incense. The birds are not guaranteed, so there's that. Personally, I'd say dabble in it, check it out. Maybe start an hour of Incense at the beginning and see if you even like what's spawning on there. Maybe you can just get the shiny unknown W out the way or any of those other ones, and then do like a 15-minute Incense and see what that's like. And if the Incense is going good, then you can extend it with the Daily Adventure. No, not the Roar of Time. You can extend it with the Roar of Time if the Daily Adventure Incense is going good. Also, if you do want yourself an Uxie, Mesprit, or Azelf, those are gonna be special Mighty Pokemon happening on normal Incenses as well. These are guys I've been able to raid for years. I've got these shinies. I don't really care too much for them, but those will be on the normal Incense, not the daily. But right below them, we can see in 5-can eggs, we're gonna be getting Mime Jr., which is a regional exclusive, Sandile, which I love and I do not have. That is a beautiful shiny. Poniard, dude is old news to me, but he gets King Gambit, so there's that. Carbink, brand new Impidimp, and Tinkatink, which is not shiny. However, I think I saw online people at the wild area in Nagasaki were getting shiny Tinkatinks. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. Let me know in the comments. Sometimes they revert those mistakes, but I don't think Tinkatink is supposed to be shiny during this event. Oh my God, I almost didn't even say how you can get the Safari Balls. So pay attention to your game map, because you know how some of those balloons fly down, like a Team Go Rocket one, or one that shows like Verizon, dust and berries. Every hour during event hours, supply balloons will come down with Safari Balls in them. So make sure you are checking and paying attention to the map and getting those Safari Balls. Apparently, you can also buy them in the in-game shop or maybe the web store. That was for people in Nagasaki. I wasn't there, so I don't know if that's also going to transfer to us, but I would say just keep an eye in the sky. Is that what they said? So one last thing, there's going to be themed special research during this event that lets you choose between being a dark detective or a fairy fanatic, which means if you choose the dark path, you will get 1 additional XL candy awarded for catching dark type mighty Pokemon and an additional 1,000 Stardust for catching dark type mighty Pokemon. And if you choose the fairy path, that is going to be the same thing as the dark type path except for fairy Pokemon. And those bonuses end when the wild area event ends. I don't know if Darkrai is going to count as a mighty Pokemon because it says you get 1,000 Stardust for catching mighty dark Pokemon, but Darkrai is going to be in raids, Cresselia is going to be in raids, Cresselia is not a fairy type, so maybe go for the dark path. I don't know, he might not be mighty, but just to reiterate what the mighty Pokemon are going to be, we've got Wigglytuff, Rapidash, Tyranitar, Mawile, Absol, Galurk, Hatterene, Obstagoon, Meowscarada. So, and last thing, as we stated earlier, Impidimp and Grimmsnarl can be shiny, but they are shiny debuts, and Impidimp actually looks awesome in the blue. The Unknown W is going to debut, and also Hatena, and that shiny line is going to debut as well. And the last thing is going to be the Go Pass Into the Wild Pass. This pass is currently available, and it's going to end on November 16th. And the cool thing about this pass is at the end of it, you can get a silver bottle cap, which is going to operate much like the golden bottle cap. However, you can only use it on 1 stat. So you'll have to choose if you want to use it on a HP stat, defense stat, or the attack stat to then potentially get yourself a brand new Shundo Pokemon there. And that disappears after the wild area during this weekend. So I would highly recommend you go get that pass right now. In fact, I'm gonna do that before I forget. Into the Wild event, ooh, $14, is it? We're gonna have to get that now. Let's go ahead and get that right here. Silver bottle cap, silver bottle cap, silver bottle cap. Well, we just got it. So, and then as you can see, the Pokemon Go Wild Area global ticket is available for purchase as well. So before we end here, let me just go ahead and take a look at my Into the Wild research here. Let's view my rewards. Things are going good. Actually, they're not going that good. I'm a little far away from getting this, silver bottle cap, so I gotta get working. But there it is at the very end, the silver bottle cap. And I think I've decided to use that on. So tell me if you think this is a good idea or not, but I've decided to use this bottle cap on this background, beautiful Hawaii Worlds shiny Scuba Pikachu. Look at that, it's just missing a little bit and it looks fantastic with that background. That Pokemon doesn't have much utility, but I like it. But anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys want to get a Galarian bird easily, this event is gonna be the best one to do it, as well as a potential Shundo Pokemon, because the mighty Pokemon all have really high stats and they have increased shiny rates. So Safari Balls are the way to go. If you're new here and you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit that subscribe button because it helps me out and you'll know when a new video goes up, because I'm gonna be playing the Go event, the Wild Area event, because I'm going to be playing the Wild Area event as well, and I'm going to be trying to get these things that I just talked about, especially that silver bottle cap. Let me know in the comments what you are most excited about or what you're going to be gunning for during this wild area event. And finally, I just want to plug one more time that I do have that Patreon. I appreciate all my Patreon supporters. It really helps me out, helps me continue to do these videos. So thank you so much. And all Patreon supporters are going to be added to my Christmas tree for the month of December. So thank you all so much for everything. Take care, be safe. See you guys in the next one.